tonight, we did some gentle yesterday morning, but it's always nice to be able to do it at night when you're ready to wind down. So sometimes some gentle is really good. So that's what we're going to do tonight. I know some of you really enjoyed yesterday's class, and some of you even redid it, right, Linda? But we're going to do this one today. It's similar in nature, but it's a different class, right? If you want to stay sitting up like I am right now in easy sit, then you can go ahead and do that, right? Or if you would rather lie down, and a lot of you like to start on your back, then you can come to your back and start from there, right? So when we're on our back, it looks like this. You just lay down. You can keep those knees bent, or you can extend your legs long, like this. So whether you're going to sit up or you're going to lie down, find your place and just let yourself start to arrive. What you want to do here is bring that focus to your breath. You have to control your breath here. We're going to get there in a minute or two. Yeah. Right now, you're just noticing your breath, observing your breath. Start to get in touch with it, start to notice what's going on with the breath. Let your breath push all your other distractions to the background. There's a lot of stuff going on right now we can allow ourselves to be distracted by. But if we really, really fully focus on our breath, it pushes all that to the background. Just for this hour, you can be focused on your mat, your practice. You can be present to your mat, your practice. And once you feel like you've got that full focus on your breath, then start to add that element of control to your breath. To breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Let your breaths become longer, slower, deeper. Since you inhale, you're pulling that breath all the way down into your belly. As you exhale, you're pushing it all the way out. And in that way, you can start to move just with one breath, one movement. Let's take a few more breaths here, just kicking that breath in. It's like your breath is a cup of water, and you're pouring it into the cup that's your body. Right? Your breath is a pitcher of water. Right? You're pouring it into that cup that's your body. So it's going to fill from the bottom all the way up. So pull that breath all the way down as deep as you can. About 3 more breaths here. Start to move. So everybody's going to come to their back. Just for this first part, we're going to start to warm up the back. We're going to use it a lot tonight. So you're laying flat on your back. If you haven't already, I want you to bend your knees and just bring those heels close to your body. We're going to do a bridge here, but not like we do at the end, right? We're just going to do a little flow. So as you inhale, you're going to push your hips up to the sky. And as you exhale, just let your hips hit the ground. And then inhale, push it back up. Exhale, tap them back down. Just do that about 3 or 4 more times. Inhaling up, exhaling down, inhaling up, exhaling down. Do it twice more. Just lifting those hips up, barely tapping them down. 1 more time, lift them up, and then tap them all the way down. Now, from here, your back's a little bit woken up. Take your knees, hook them into your chest, right? And then just take your hands to the crease of your knees. Rock yourself up here into an easy sit. And then we're we're gonna come around, face the front of the room. All right, so you guys are at the top of your mat. I'm just coming sideways here so that when we get to those parts, we're gonna stand up, you can see my whole body, right? That's why my mat's sideways, you're just sitting here at the top of your mat. Now, it doesn't matter which leg's in front right now, we're gonna switch halfway through, but take note of which leg you kind of naturally put in front. For me, it's always my left, even though I'm right-handed. Might be different for you, right? If you've got your right in front right now, it's okay. We're gonna switch later. Right now, as we inhale, you're gonna take your hands up to the sky. And then as you exhale, you're gonna take your right hand and just drop it down outside your right hip, right? Now, let that left hand just kind of wrap around your back, and then drop your left ear to your left shoulder as you're pushing that right hand into the mat. And then what you're gonna do, you're gonna nod your head up and down. So you're tilting your chin up, and as you exhale, tuck it to your chest. Right, so left ear is going towards the left shoulder, so your head's kind of sideways, and then you're nodding your head up and down. You should feel that opening through your right neck. So really press that right palm into the mat. It's nice and close to your hip. Do it 2 more times where you're just nodding your head. And then from there, as you look up again, now you're going to move that right arm a little bit further away, a little out from your hip. Maybe you drop it all the way down to your forearm if that feels good. If not, you're just moving that hand a little bit further away from your hip. Unwind your left arm and reach that left arm up and over. So now we're in a side bend. You're bringing that left bicep right over your left ear, reaching those left fingertips to the right side of the room. Take 1 more breath here. And then we're going to push up. We're going to come all the way up. So you're reaching your arms overhead. And then we're going to twist to the right. Now what I want you to do this time is drop your right hand all the way back behind you as much as you can, right? And put your palm flat on the ground. Then take your left hand, drop it down, bring it outside your right knee. Take your chin, your gaze over your right shoulder. Let your torso open up as much as you can towards the right side of the room. Push that right shoulder towards the back of the room. So you're opening up. Now, keep your hands where they are. Keep your torso facing the right side of the room. Just take your chin, take it over your left shoulder now. So you're looking the other way. There we go. As you inhale, bring it back around so you're looking over your right shoulder. And then from here, you're going to take both hands up. Now you're going to swing around. As you swing your hands around, bring your right arm all the way across your body. And just take your left hand. You can grab underneath your right elbow or maybe your right wrist. Some people like to do it elbow to elbow, so you're here. What you're trying to do is pull that right arm as much across your body as you can, reaching those right fingertips towards the left side of the room. 1 more breath here. And then release, sweep your hands up to the sky. Now, as you exhale here, your hands are going to drop back behind you, right? Your fingertips are pointed towards your glutes. Let yourself lean all the way back. So you're resting on your palms right now. And then pull your feet apart so that your feet are together, right? So you're kind of in a bound ankle position with your legs here. Now we're going to back bend first. You're going to pull your shoulder blades together, really push your chest up. Take your chin, your gaze up to the sky. If you want to lift your hips up off the ground, you can, but you don't have to. And then from there, push your hands all the way up. So keep your legs where they are in this bound ankle position. Take your hands up to the sky, and then drop them down in front of you. Just let your hands land on your feet or your ankles, and then kind of flap your legs like they're wings. Flap, 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 flap. Take 2 more breaths here. And then come to a stop. Now, as we come to a stop here, now you're going to take your legs, you're going to come back to easy sit. This time bring your opposite leg in front. So whichever leg you didn't put in front before, now that leg's going in front of you. So you're here in easy sit, you can call it the awkward leg. Right now I've got my right leg in front, which my body doesn't naturally want to do, but I'm forcing it to do that, right? So think about that. Keep everything right there. Now we're going to do that same sequence again, going to the left. So you're going to sweep your hands up to the sky. And then from there, drop your left hand down right by your left hip. Get it nice and close. Take your right hand, wrap it around your back, and drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Keep pushing into the mat, right? I'm putting some pressure on the mat with my left hand. And then you're going to nod your head up and down. So you're tucking your chin all the way to the chest, lifting it up while your left ear is still tilted towards your left shoulder. So we're getting that opening in the right side of the neck, right? You're trying to create as much space as possible between your right ear and your right shoulder. So you're pressing that hand down. As you move that chin up and down, I'm going to wrap my hand to show you. I'm going to feel that opening right along the left side of my neck. All right, so take a couple more rounds here. Nodding up and down. And then from there, unwind your left hand. Now you're going to reach, or your right hand, sorry. You're going to reach that left hand over further away from your left hip. And again, you can drop all the way down to your left forearm here if that's open to you, right? It kind of makes my body crunch too low, so I don't do it, but you can if your body feels good with it. If you can't, just reach your left hand out as far as you can while keeping your chest open towards the front of the room. Take your right hand up to the sky, and then reach that right hand up and over. So now we're taking that side bend here. Opening up through the right side body. Just take about 2 breaths here, bringing that right bicep right over the right ear, reaching the right fingertips towards the left side of the room. Don't let yourself cave down, right? You're opening up. There we go. Now here, we're going to come up. You're going to move your left hand back behind you now. So it's right at your mid-back, going back behind you, palm flat on the ground. And then you're going to take your right hand, bring it over your left knee. So you're grabbing the outside of your left knee with your right hand. Turn your torso as much towards the left side of the room as you can. Take your chin, your gaze over your left shoulder. You're trying to peel that left shoulder up as much as you can. Right? So everything's opening to the left right now. Take a breath right here. And then take that chin, and you're going to take your gaze around. Nothing else moves, just your head. Take your gaze over your right shoulder, just for a breath. And then move it back around and look back over your left shoulder. And then from here, we're going to untwist. Now, as we untwist here, you're going to take that left arm across your body. And again, you put your hand right underneath that right hand, underneath that left elbow, or maybe you support it with your left elbow. Maybe you're just grabbing onto your left wrist and pulling across, whatever feels the most comfortable to you. Trying to open up through that left shoulder blade. Couple breaths right here. And then as you release your left hand, right, now again, we're going to pull those feet apart, bring them to that bound ankle position. This time I just want you to bring your hands toward your feet. If your hands don't reach your feet and you're here or here, that's okay, right? But you're going to sit up nice and tall, like there's a string on top of your head, pulling you up towards the ceiling. And then just let yourself lean a little bit forward. So your elbows bend, maybe your hands walk a little bit in front of your feet. If this doesn't feel great and you need to be straight up tall, then you stay right there. If you can bring your chest a little bit forward, bring your chest a little bit forward. We're just going to hold here for like 2 breaths. And then slowly start to walk it back in. Now, as we come back in here, you're again going to sweep your hands back behind you, right? And now you're going to bring your knees together. Separate them slightly, like to the width of your mat, right? I'm sideways on a mat, so my feet are not at mat width distance, but yours can be mat width distance because you're just facing the top of your mat. Lean back into your palms and just let those legs windshield from side to side. Waking them up. Do this about 2 or 3 more times. And then come to a stop. Now, as we come to a stop here, we're going to come around into our tabletop. All right, so now we're in our hands and knees pose. We're going to do cat-cow here, but a little bit different, right? So first we're just going to do a straight cat-cow. So you're going to inhale, lift your chin up to the sky, tuck your tailbone under, let your belly drop. As you exhale, you're going to come into cat. Tuck your chin to your chest, round out your back, hollow out your armpits. Now as you inhale and come back in to cow, right? Your chin, your gaze is going to go up like you're in cow, but let your hips bump. I took mine to the left, right? Doesn't matter which way you go. Right, so I took my hips over to the left, so I'm coming up to cow. And then I'm going to inhale, come to cat. Bring them back to center. This time as I inhale, go into cow, I'm going to bump my hips to the right. Bring your hips back to center as you go into cat. So we're just going to do that a couple more times. We inhale, cow, bump the hips left. Exhale, cat, bring the hips back center. Inhale, cow, bump the hips to the right. Inhale, cat, bring the hips back center. Do it about twice more on each side. Taking the hips to the left as we come into our cow. Taking them to center as we come into our cat. Taking our hips to the right as we come into cow. Bringing them back to center as we come into cat. Just do it one more time each way. So we cow, hips go left. We cat, hips come center. We cow, hips go right. We cat, and the hips come to the center. Right, now this time as you come out of cat, just bring yourself into a neutral tabletop. And we're going to start to go through our sun salutations here. So you're going to tuck your toes under. Lift your hips up and back. Bring it into your first down dog of the morning. It's not morning anymore, right? It's night. I say that all the time. Those of you who take my classes a lot used to be here saying of the morning when it's nighttime and of the night when it's daytime. It doesn't matter, right? Maybe it's your first down dog of the day. Maybe it's not. Maybe you've been working out all day. If so, good for you. If you want to add some movement here in your down dog, you can. Bend one knee, then the other. We call that walking the dog. You're pressing that opposite heel down as you do it. Or maybe you're just swaying your hips from side to side. Whatever feels good. Now, from here, you're going to bend your knees slightly. Look between your thumbs. You're going to bring your feet forward to your hands. So we're coming here into forward fold. Let your belly touch your thighs. Let the crown of your head point towards the mat. I'm turning forward here towards the camera, right? But you guys are just at the top of your mat. I'm just turning so you can see my whole body. All right? Now we're here in forward fold. First, just take a half lift into monkey. Pull your shoulders in with your hips. Let your back go nice and flat. And then as you exhale, fold back down. Now this time as you fold back down, take your hands and bring them back behind you. Interlace your hands behind your back so your thumbs are resting on your low back. Now we're going to twist here, right? So we're staying in the forward fold, but you're going to press your right leg all the way straight. Put a little bend in your left knee. Drop your left shoulder towards your left knee. Take your right shoulder up to the sky. If it makes it easier, you can take your fists and put them on your left hip. Right? Now push that left leg straight. Take everything back into forward fold, then let's go the other way. So now we're going to push the left leg straight, bend into the right knee. Maybe move your hands to your right hip. Drop your right shoulder towards your right knee and open up that left shoulder. So we twist it to the left. Push that right leg straight. Let your hands come on your low back. Now this time as we inhale, we're going to come up. You're going to use your hands to help you. They're going to stay interlaced. You're going to start to punch them down towards the ground as you slowly draw yourself all the way up. Now once you're all the way up to standing, maybe I should come sideways here, right? So you guys can see my whole body. So I'm still standing here. I'm pulling my shoulder blades together, pushing those knuckles further towards the floor. We're going to back bend here. Push your hips forward. Take your chest and your gaze up to the sky. And as you inhale, you're going to stand tall. Now as you inhale, you're going to release your hands. Now you're going to scoop up to the sky, turn forward again. You don't have to. Right? Grab a hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Pull to the right. So you're taking a little side bend. Inhale, come back to center, switch your hands. Now pull that right arm to the left. Bump your hips to the right. Inhale, come back to center. And then as you exhale here, you're just going to swan dive it all the way back down into forward fold. Right, so that's our whole sun salutation tonight. We're going to do it twice more now that you guys have seen it. We're going to start to move a little faster. We're going to move with our breath. So we're going to inhale, take the half lift, come to monkey. Exhale, fold back down. As you inhale here, you're going to interlace your hands behind your back. Exhale, sink into that forward fold. Now as we inhale, we twist to the right, fists go to the right. Press your right leg straight, bend your left knee, left shoulder to left knee, right shoulder opens up. Press your left leg straight, come back to center. Go the other way, with your hands to the left, bend into your right knee, right shoulder drops towards the right knee. Come back to center. Now use your hands, punch them back behind you. Let them lift you all the way up. Once you're all the way up, right, you inhale on the way up, you exhale right into your back bend, pulling the shoulder blades together, hips push forward, chest and gaze go up. Now as you inhale and stand tall here, now you're going to release your hands, take them up to the sky. Grab your left wrist with your right hand, side bend to the right. Inhale, come back to center, grab your right wrist with your left hand, side bend to the left. Inhale, come back to center, and then exhale, swan dive it into forward fold. All right, we're gonna do that one more time through. So we're gonna inhale, take the half lift to monkey. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, bring your hands behind your back, interlace them. Exhale, sink into your forward fold. Then as you inhale, twist to the right, push your right leg straight, bend into your left knee, drop your left shoulder toward your left knee. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, go the other way. Bend your right knee, drop your right shoulder toward your right knee, lift up with that left shoulder. Bring it back to center, then punch your fist straight back behind you, draw it all the way up to standing. Exhale, go into your back bend. Then inhale, stand tall, release your hands, bring them up overhead. Exhale, side bend right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, side bend left. Inhale, back to center, and then exhale, swan dive it all the way back down into forward fold. Inhale, take another half lift to monkey. Exhale, fold all the way down. Come into your forward fold. I want you to go as deep into your forward fold as you've been so far today. Right? So, you're letting your belly touch your upper thighs. You're hanging your head heavy. Shake your head, yes and no. Bend your knees if you need to get the belly to touch the thighs. Make sure there's no creases in the back of your neck. That's your full forward fold. All right, now from our forward fold, we're going to make our way down into tabletop, right? So we're going to come to tabletop. I'm just going to come forward here so I can see if anybody's around. Oh, Sarah's here. And Chandra. And Linda. All right, so come down, come into your tabletop. Hands and knees pose, right? You guys are already there. Now, we're going to start by going into a spinal balance. So you're going to take your right leg, take it long behind you. First, put your toes on the mat and just press that heel towards the back of the room. Keep your shoulders over your wrists. Then lift that right leg up. So you're in full spinal balance. Right toes pointed towards the ground, right hip pointed towards the ground. And then maybe you're going to reach forward with your left hand. Your left palm is open towards the right side of the room. That left thumb is up to the sky. Right? It's like somebody grabbed a hold of your left wrist and your right ankle. They're pulling you apart. Everything's lengthening. Now from here, drop it back into tabletop. Now we're going to make our way into a kneeling runner's lunge. Right? So what we're going to do here, you're going to take your right hand, wrap it around behind your back. So I'm just on my left hand, my right hand wrapped around. I'm going to step my right foot out to the right. So it looks like this, right? I'm moving a little bit forward so you guys can see in the camera. Right, so I'm here. Now I'm going to take that right foot and I'm going to step it as close as I can to my left hand. Boom. Now I'm going to unwind my right hand, so now my hands are on either side of my right foot. When we come into it this way, usually means we've got that left knee too far forward, right? You want your left knee back behind your left hip. Mine's almost like kind of in front of my left hip right now. So I'm going to tuck my toes under my left toes. I'm going to inch that left knee back just a little bit so my left knee goes back behind my left hip. Now my right knee is still right over my right ankle, right? Look up here. Now we're going to do something a little bit different here. We're going to come into a kneeling warrior two. So we don't do that very often, right? What you're going to do, you're going to take your left foot and just kick it over a little bit to the left. Now you're going to keep that deep bend in your right knee. Keep your right knee right over your right ankle. Just like if we were coming into full warrior two, you're going to lead with your left hand. It's going to reach forward and it's going to rainbow around until it's going back behind you. And then your right hand's going to reach over your right knee. And you're going to look right over the middle finger on your right hand. So boom, right? We're in this warrior two position, just down on our knees. You've got to keep bending into that right knee. You've got to keep sending that right knee towards the pinky toe side of the foot, right? Still, if there was a mirror right in front of my right fingertips and I was looking at myself in it, I should be able to see my left hand back behind me, right? I'm not stacked up. I'm my left hand over here. It's not way back over here, right? All right, now what we're going to do from here, you're going to push your right leg all the way straight. You're going to let that left hand drop down to the ground now and take your right hand straight up to the sky. So now we're here in a modified side plank. I'm going to move over just a little bit, right, because I'm kind of going off the screen. You guys stay where you are. So I'm stacking my shoulders, my left knee's down, now my right leg is long. If you want to here, you can lift that right leg up. Ah, maybe. All right, then from here, you're going to come back up. All right, so I'm going to rise up. So I'm in a little gate pose here. I'm turning my right toes back towards the front of the room. taking my left foot back around. Now I'm going to drop my hands down on either side of my right foot, and then from there I'm going to shift back into a half pyramid. So I'm going to straighten out my right leg again. Right, now my toes stay pointed forward, but they're going to flip up off the mat. And I'm going to lower my upper body over my right leg. So I'm staring at my right knee, squaring off those hips, bringing my left hip towards my left heel, pushing my right hip more forward, dropping my left hip further back. Feel it as a stretch right through your right leg. All right, so take one more breath here. And then you're going to bend back into that right knee. Bring yourself all the way forward here. Again, we're going to come into our kneeling runner's lunge. Now from here, you're going to tuck your left toes under. Come up off your left knee. You're going to keep that bend in your right knee. We're going to step forward, and we're going to end up in chair. So you're going to keep the bend in your right knee. As your left knee comes to join it, both knees bend. Right, then I'm going to peel my upper body up, dropping my hips. Right. So look down at your toes. You should be able to see them. You should be able to wiggle them. Your weight's all back in your heels. Your hips are far enough back, your knees aren't covering your toes. Now I want everybody to bring their hands to heart center here. Right, I'm going to turn forward for this part, but you guys are still facing the top of your mat. Right, but you're just really pressing those palms together. You want those elbows to go out to the sides. Your arms are engaged. You're not just hanging out here. It's not here, right? You're pressing. You're engaging. Now, we're going to twist to the right here. So that means you're going to bring your left elbow over toward your right knee. Right? So you're taking that prayer twist to the right. Now, as we untwist here, we're going to untwist. I'm still on my right foot. I'm untwisting. I'm going to pull my left leg up. Right? So maybe you like this in high karate. Now you can keep, you guys are like, this is gentle yoga, Paul. You can keep your toes down, your left toes down, and you move like this. All right? Take your left hand, reach it directly out to the side. So you're either here or you're here. And then take your right hand, bring it to your left knee. And then look over your left fingertips. Oh, so maybe you're here, right? Maybe you're here. This is okay too. Now we're going to unwind here. Take both hands back to the center, right? And then wrap both hands around your left knee. So maybe you're here. Again, maybe you're just here. You got to lean down a little bit. Grab your hands around your left knee. Either way, all good. Now, what we're going to do from here, right? You're going to take your left knee. Now you're going to hold on to your left knee with your left hand. Take your right hand straight up to the sky. Push that left knee open to the left. So like this, right? If you were down on your knee, push it open and you look like this. All right, now we're going to step back one more time. So I'm here, right? I'm going to release that left foot and I'm going to step it all the way back behind me. I'm going to drop my left heel, come in to warrior one. So my hips are square towards the front of the room. My hands are reaching up high. Now, from your warrior one, you're going to straighten out your right leg. Let your hips turn towards the left side of the mat. Right? So your left toes are pointed to the left, your right toes are still pointed forward. Drop both arms out long. Now take your gaze back over your right fingertips. Your hips are pointed to the left. Your gaze is going straight ahead over your right fingertips. We're going to come to triangle here, so you're going to reach those right fingertips as far forward as you can. When you can't reach them any further forward, let that right hand drop all the way down. It's going to come on the inside of your right leg somewhere. Take your left shoulder, stack it on top. Right? So this is my triangle. Now, some people can get all the way down when they put their foot on the ground. See what happens to me when I do that? Now my chest is facing the ground and my right hand is really reaching forward. So I'm going to bring it up until I can keep my chest open and I can stack my shoulders. That's where I want to be. For some people, it might be way up here, and that's okay. Rather see you here, right, than here. So, now from your triangle, we're just going to pull it all the way up into five-pointed star. So you're going to lift your hands up. Now you're going to turn your right toes towards the left side of the room. And you came into this full five-pointed star. You're reaching your hands up high, lengthening out your spine as much as you can. As you exhale, hinge at the hip. Bring it all the way down into a forward fold. So your hands come to the mat, crown of your head comes towards the ground. Now we're trying to get ourselves as low as we can here. We want the crown of your head to get as close to the ground as you can. Maybe you walk your hands back behind you to make that happen. Maybe you walk them in front of you and that helps. Maybe you grab your same ankle with your same hand, bend your elbows and pull yourself down. Doesn't matter. Take one more breath here. And eventually, everybody's going to bring their hands to the top of the mat. You're going to turn your right toes back forward, and we're just going to take our little yogi walk back around into our runner's lunge. Now, from your runner's lunge here, right, we're going to come back to tabletop so we can do the left side. So I want you to drop your left knee down first, shift back, bring your left hip over your left knee, right, then step that right foot back, get to your tabletop with your shoulders over your wrists. Now, I'm flipping around here, coming to the other side, right, just so you guys can see me, but you guys are just staying where you are, all right? So we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to start with our spinal balance. You're going to take your left leg, extend it long. Those toes are on the ground, the heels pressing towards the back of the room. Then when you're ready, lift that left leg up so that your left leg's at hip level, right? Trying to keep your left toes, left hip pointed towards the ground. Take your right hand, if it feels okay, reach it forward. Right palm towards the left side of the room, right thumb up to the sky. Again, pushing away from the mat with that left hand, right? So you don't want to jump into your left shoulder. That's going to kill your left shoulder. You want to use your core, make your core do the work to hold you up. And then from here, drop that right hand down, drop that left knee down, come back into tabletop. Now, we're going to bring it to our runner's lunge here, our kneeling runner's lunge. So you're going to take your left hand, wrap it around behind your back. Take your left foot, step it out to the side. And then once your left foot's stepping out to the side, I'll bring it forward so you guys can see it. Right, my left foot out to the side. Now I'm going to step it next to my right hand. I'll take it there. I'm going to drop my left hand outside my left foot. So I'm in kind of an awkward runner's lunge here. I'm bringing my left knee over my left ankle. Then I'm going to check out my right knee. It needs to move back, so I'm going to tuck my right toes under and just inch that right knee back until my right knee is way back behind my right hip. Right? You might feel a stretch through your right hip flexor as you do that. If you do, that's great. Right? That's the whole point of these kneeling runner's lunges. Now you want your left knee right over your left ankle. Right? You're looking up here. And then we're going to come into that kneeling warrior two. So you're going to take your left foot, kick it. You're not your left foot, your right foot. Kick your right foot to the right. Then you're going to lead with your right hand. The whole time left knee stays over left ankle. Spin around, bring it into that kneeling warrior two. Right? Your hips are open towards the right side of the room, but you're taking your gaze over your left fingertips. Your arms are strong and long. Right? We can be powerful warriors, even down on one knee. Keep bending deeply into that left knee. Keep that left knee going towards the pinky toe side of the foot. Right, now we're going to take it to our modified side plank here. So you're going to tilt back, right? So tilt towards the back. Let your left foot straighten. Let your left leg straighten. Let your right hand come down so your right shoulder goes right over your right wrist. Left hand goes up to the sky. You can turn those left toes towards the front of the room, or towards the right side of the room here. And then if you want to, you can lift your left foot all the way up. If you want to keep it down, keep it down. Take a breath here. And then everybody's going to put that left foot down. You're going to push away from that with the right hand. Come up into your gate. Right, so that left leg's still long. You're still on your right knee. Now you're going to turn your left toes back towards the front of the room. Right, bend into that left knee. Let your hands drop on either side of that left foot. Bring yourself back into a regular runner's lunge. Then we're going to take it back into our half pyramid. You start to walk your hands back. Let your left leg straighten. Let your left toes flip up off the mat. Angle your torso towards your left leg. Bring your nose towards your left knee. You're pushing that right hip back towards your right heel. The further back you bring that hip towards your heel, the more you're going to feel the stretch, right? But you don't want to sit down all the way on your right heel, even if that's available to you. You got to keep a little bit of space there so you feel the stretch. Take one more breath here. And then you're going to put your left toes back on the ground, then back into your left knee, take it all the way forward. Back to your kneeling runner's lunge. Now here we tuck the right toes under, we're coming off the right knee. Remember, we're going to step it forward into chair. So as you step that right foot forward, the left knee stays bent. The right knee bends as it comes to join the left. Then you're going to peel your body up. Come into chair, right? I'm turning forward here just so you guys can see. You guys are still at the top of your mat. Now, bring your hands to heart center. Really press them together. Make sure that you can still see your toes and wiggle your toes. This time we're going to twist to the left. So you're bringing that right elbow towards the left knee. If you can hook it, that's great. If it just hovers near your left knee, that's great. Maybe that elbow lands right on top of your knee. All good, right? Right knee's bending a little bit more than the left. That keeps our pelvis in line. It's all good, but don't over-exaggerate it. Right now, as the end twists, right, we're going to rise all the way up into standing mountain. Once you get there, you're going to take that left hand, reach it straight in front of you, and then pick up your right foot, right? So I went through high part last time, so you could be here, or you could be here, right? Eventually, no, you're taking your right hand, reaching it forward. There we go. And then eventually you're going to take your right hand, reach it out to the right, take your left hand, bring it to your right knee. Start to look out over your right fingertips. Right, again, you can have your foot on the ground. You can be right here. Now, you're going to bring both hands forward. Both hands come around your right knee. Right, so you're pulling up into your chest. So you could be here. Again, if this isn't going to happen for you, then you're here. And now, keep your right hand on your right knee. Reach that left hand forward. Let that right knee open up to the right. So you're here. And again, if you're here, that's fine too. Right? You could have been here and come to here. Now from here, we're going to step all the way back. Right? And we're going to land ourselves in our warrior one. So I'm going to come over here. I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to go. All right, so I'm going to step my right foot all the way back and into my left knee. Let my right toes point towards the right side of the room. Take my hands up to the sky. So you're squaring your hips towards your left knee, taking those hands up high. So we're here in our warrior one. Now from your warrior one, push your left leg all the way straight. Turn your hips towards the right side of the room. So your right toes are still pointed right, left toes are still pointed towards the front of the room. Drop those arms long. Look right over the middle finger on your left hand. And then reach those left fingertips as much as you can towards the front of your mat. When you can't reach any further forward with that left hand, then let that left hand come down inside your left leg. Take your right shoulder, stack it on top. Maybe you came up higher here, right? I did probably come a little bit higher on this side than I did on the other. That's okay, right? Maybe you get a little lower. Think about squaring your hips once you're here in triangle. So take that right hip, push it back. Take that left hip, bring it forward. Maybe it means you came a little higher. Maybe it means you could get a little lower once you square off those hips. Again, you want to keep your chest open and your shoulders stacked. All right, on our next inhale, we're going to come to five-pointed star. Just turn your left toes towards the right edge of the mat and take your hands up to the sky. Take that full five-pointed star. Let yourself lengthen out. Then turn both palms towards the right edge of the mat. Hinge at the hip. Bring it all the way down into your wide forward fold. Take a couple breaths here. Get maybe a little bit lower than you did last time. Maybe you pull on those ankles like I'm doing now. Maybe you walk your hands back behind you. That's usually what I do when I want to get nice and low. Maybe you walk your hands in front of you. Maybe you just want your hands on the mat in front of you. Take one more breath here. Then everybody's going to bring their hands to the center. And we're going to walk back around towards that left foot. Right? And then as you get there, you're going to drop your right knee. Step your left foot back. So now you're back in tabletop. Now, once you're in tabletop, right, you're just going to let your hips come to one side or the other, and then bring it around so that you're facing the front of the room. You're sitting down right now. Now, we're going to come, either I'm going to take it from backwards, right? Easiest thing to do here, come to bound ankle like we were before. Just bring the soles of the feet together. Bring your hands to heart center. You look like this, right? If you're like, that's not what I do when I come near Polly, you want to go into Malasana? Go into Malasana. Take your feet wide. Lift your hips up off the mat, right? And then let your elbows come to the inside of your knees, hands to heart center. If this is hard for you, then you're going to stay in bound ankle, right? You don't have to come to Malasana. I don't want you to be in Malasana if you're up here on your ankles, right? That's not good for you. You want your heels down. If you can't get them down, try moving your feet a little wider. If it still doesn't feel good, then it's not for you today, and that's all right. Just drop down, come to bound ankle. Find your spot. Now, let your eyes just close here. And just take a couple breaths. Refocusing on your breath. Do you still have that full focus on your breath? If not, reassert it here. Do you still have full control of your breath? If not, reassert it here. Lengthen those breaths again, slow them again, deepen them again. going to drop down to their hips, right, to their glutes. Bring your knees together. So now you're in this hook line. What we're going to do here, you're going to make your way onto the belly. Now I'm coming sideways again so you guys can see what's going on. But you're just at the top of your mat. Now, as you're on your belly, we're first going to come into just a version of Sphinx pose. So take your hands by your sides with your palms face down, and then start to slide your palms forward. So you get your elbows to the mat, and then push your chest up. Now ideally what you're trying to do is get to a place where your shoulders are right over your elbows, right? So it looks like this. You feel that little pull in your low back. You're looking up straight ahead. I keep looking over to my left because I'm looking at the camera. You're not doing that, right? You're just looking straight ahead. Now, decide. Does this feel like just right for you? Does it feel like too much? Does it feel like too little? If it feels like too little and you don't feel anything in your back, then you're going to press your palms into the mat and straighten your arms. Push up, come to seal. Seal's hard for me. My back isn't this flexible, right? So I don't really stay there. But if you need it, you come there. If it's killing you just to stay in Sphinx and you're really feeling it in your low back, then what I want you to do is move your elbows forward so that more of your belly comes onto the mat and your shoulders are back behind your elbows a little bit. Right? That'll take some pressure off. So you decide where you want to be. Take 3 more breaths here. Now, from here, you're going to let your upper body start to come down. Pull your hands back. So now you're going to come, you want your hands right at your chest with your elbows pointed straight behind you. You're pulling your shoulder blades together behind your back. Let your forehead come to the mat. I'm not going to keep mine there, right, because I don't want to talk into the floor. I want you guys to be able to hear me. But you should be right here. All right, and all we're going to do here, we're going to take 3 little lifts up into baby cobra. Most of you know what that is. If you don't, it just means you're going to lift your chest slightly. Okay? So now I'm just using my back strength to pull myself up. I could lift my hands off the mat if I wanted to in baby cobra. I don't have to, but I could, right? Now, you're going to let your forehead come back down to the mat. We're going to do that twice more, right? You're going to inhale, peel up into baby cobra. Exhale, tap your forehead down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, tap the forehead down. Now this time as you inhale, right, you've got a choice. We're going to lift up. You can decide you can just come into baby cobra. If you're feeling like it, you can press those palms into the mat, straighten your arms, pull your chest up and through and come all the way to up dog. This is just an option, right? Maybe your knees are down in up dog, that's fine, right? The key is to keep your shoulders away from your ears in up dog, so you want to be here, right? You're here, whether you've got your knees down or you can get your knees up and you're just on the palms and the backs of your feet. Now, whatever you did, you stayed in baby cobra, you've got your knees down, you've got your knees up. You're going to slowly bend your elbows, tap your forehead all the way back down. All right, we're going to do that twice more. So as you inhale, come up, either into baby cobra or all the way to up dog. Exhale, take it all the way down. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, push it up to up dog or just staying in baby cobra. And then exhaling, taking it all the way down. Now, once you get all the way down here, slide those elbows forward again, right? We're going to come into a forearm plank here. So you want your shoulders over your elbows, your palms flat on the mat, then tuck your toes under and just lift your hips up off the mat. Now you can do this with your knees down if you want to, right? We're just going to do 3 hollow bodies. So that means, right, whether you're on your knees or on your toes, as you inhale, lift your hips just slightly, tuck your chin to your chest here, looking back at your toes. And then as you exhale, drop your hips till they're just below your shoulders, look up. So do that 2 more times. Inhale, tuck the chin, lift the hips. Exhale, take it back. Take your hips back down, look back up. 1 more time. Tuck the chin, lift the hips. Exhale, look up, drop your hips. Now everybody's going to drop to their knees. Let your belly come down. Slide your hands back by your chest. Push yourself up and back into child's pose. So you're letting your hips come over your heels. Your arms nice and long, taking your forehead down to the mat. If your hips don't come all the way to your heels, that's okay, right? If you want to take your arms and sweep them back behind you, reach your fingertips toward your heels, you can do that. Take 3 breaths here. In your child's pose, just let that lower back release. Like I said, that was a lot of work for the back. That was the point. And then when you're ready here, we're going to push it back up into tabletop. Now, as you come back to tabletop, let your hips come to one side or the other. You're gonna bring your legs around in front of you. Right, we're gonna come back into that hook line position, right? So you look like this. Your feet are hip width distance apart, right? And then you're gonna sweep your hands back behind you. No, you know what, don't do that. Bring your hands to prayer position. That's what we wanna do here, right? And we're gonna windshield wipe just from right here, right? So keep your thumbs right at heart center, keep your palms pressing together. Let both knees fall to the right. Pull them back up, let them fall to the left, right? So you don't have those hands to brace you. So maybe you're not going as deep, that's okay, right? Just go back and forth here a couple times. Start to release those legs a little bit, your core's still working, it's all right. Now, next time your knees go over to the right, you're just gonna stop there, keep leaning to the right so you can get that right knee all the way down, and then bring that left leg around so the sole of the right foot comes against your left inner thigh. Now, your hands are still in heart center. You're gonna turn your torso towards your right leg. Now, drop your hands down in front of your right thigh. So your hand should be in between your right knee and your right hip. So you're twisting here, look over your right shoulder. Now, you can stay right here. If you wanna start to walk your hands out a little bit further, you can. Maybe you wanna drop down to your elbows. If that's what you want, go there. Just want you to take about 3 breaths here. Now as you inhale here, bring it back up to your palms. You're gonna push yourself all the way up, twist back towards the front of the room, bring your hands back to heart center. Lean to the right so you can get that left foot back around, bring that right foot back around. So we're back here in this hook line position. Start to windshield wipe your legs back and forth again. Right, this time, when we come to a stop, we're gonna take that left leg all the way down, so you might have to lean way far over to the left so you can get that left knee to come down, and then pull that right leg back so the sole of your left foot comes against your right inner thigh, right? Now from here, you're gonna take your hands, drop your hands down outside your left thigh, so in between your left knee and your left hip. Turn your torso all the way to the left. First, take your gaze over your left shoulder. All right, and then from here, look back just right over your left thigh. You can start to walk it a little bit further forward if you want to, right? So maybe those hands are coming a little bit further away from the left leg. Maybe you're dropping down to your elbows, whatever feels good to you. If you're just up by your palms and you can't get your palms very far away from your left thigh, that's okay, right? Find what feels good to you. It's about the twist. We're twisting that spine open towards the left side of the room. Take 3 more breaths here. And then when you're ready, bring it back up to your palms. Turn towards the front of the room. Now what we're gonna do here, you're gonna keep your left foot right where it is, but you're gonna lean to the left. Just kick your right leg all the way forward. So you wanna end up in this half butterfly position. I'm gonna scoot back a little bit, right, so you guys can see I've got my left foot against the inside of my right thigh. And then I'm just gonna turn towards my right leg. We're just gonna take a fold right here. You're gonna start to fold over that right leg. Now if you can grab your foot, that's great. Go for it, right? If you can't get to your foot, your hands are on either side of your left leg, that's great. Maybe your hands are on your shin or your knee or your ankle, right? That's all okay. You wanna keep the crown of your head pointed towards the front of the room. Maybe it's pointed more up towards the ceiling, that's okay. But what you don't wanna do is tuck your chin to your chest so the crown of your head starts to point towards your right leg, right? We're trying to just come as far forward with our chest here. You're gonna feel that stretch through your right hamstring. You're gonna feel a little bit in your low back as you take that twist around towards the right. Take 2 more breaths here. And then as you inhale, pull it all the way back up, right? Now we're gonna do that on the other side. So you're just gonna kick your left leg straight here and then bend into your right knee, bring the sole of your right foot against your left inner thigh. Turn your torso, line it up with your left leg, and then start to walk it forward here. Again, maybe you can grab onto your foot. If that's you, go for it. If your hands are just on either side of your left leg or on your shin or your ankle or your knee, that's fine too. Keep the crown of your head towards the front of the room or up to the ceiling or somewhere in between. Don't tuck your chin to your chest and drive your forehead towards your leg, right? Take 3 breaths here. And then on your next inhale here, you're going to slowly peel everything back up. And then you're going to bend back into your left knee, put your left foot on the ground, bring the right foot to join it. So you're bringing yourself back to that hook line. I'm going to turn sideways here. We're going to lay down on our mat so that we can come through our inversion. So you're going to come to this hook line, take your arms out long, so you're reaching your hands forward, then tuck your chin to your chest. So you're looking down at your belly. Then let yourself round all the way down. So you're laying on your back and your hands are at your sides, palms face down. Walk your heels in closer to your glutes, as close as you can get them. Get close enough that you feel your fingertips brush the back of your heels. Right, now we're going to revisit that bridge we did earlier on. So as you inhale, press through all 4 corners of both feet. Lift your hips up off the mat. Right, instead of flowing here, we're just going to hold. So you're just holding your hips up. Use that strength in your legs. You want to engage your quads, engage your glutes. Right, use that strength in your legs. Push your hips higher. Maybe you're going to tuck one shoulder, then the other underneath your body so your chest puffs. Maybe even clasp your hands underneath your body to push your hips a little higher. That's just an option though, you don't have to. Take 3 breaths here. And then as you exhale, let your hips float all the way down. Untuck your shoulders. Now you're lying just flat on the mat. We're going to come here first into waterfall, so you're just going to kick your feet straight up to the sky. Right? I'm flexing my feet. So now my ankles are right over my hips. My feet are flexed like I'm going to step on the ceiling. My hands are at my sides, palms face down, head, hips, and shoulders are all on the ground. Great inversion right here, waterfall. Send the blood from the feet where it pools all day back to your head and your heart where you need it more. So stay here if you want to. Right? If you want to take it to waterfall, not waterfall, to shoulder stand because you need more intensity, then lift your hips up here. Put your hands in the small of your back so you're supporting yourself on your shoulders and your forearms. All right? If you're in shoulder stand, make sure your elbows point right towards the front of the room. You want to take that body weight into your shoulder girdle, not into your elbow joint. And if you're in shoulder stand, kind of half flex, half point your feet. If you're staying in waterfall, keep those feet fully flexed like they're going up to the ceiling. Right, we're getting all sorts of great inversion benefits here. We're flooding the body with all sorts of anti-aging, anti-stress hormones. Right. We're increasing our circulation. We're naturally lowering our blood pressure. All good things happen when we get a little bit upside down. Now when we're ready to come out of this, whatever version you're in, we're all going to come out the same way. Bend into your knees. Let them scrape along your face and body. Slowly drop your feet back down to the mat. So now we're here, back in this constructed breast position. Right, from here, we're going to come into happy baby. Your feet go up again, but here they don't have to come all the way up over your hips, right? They can be kind of angled out if that feels good. If it feels good to bring them straight up, then bring them straight up. You're going to separate your feet. Maybe you're going to separate them a whole lot, maybe just a little bit, maybe not at all. You're going to bend into your knees again. Maybe it's a big bend, maybe it's a little bend, maybe you're not bending them at all. But you're going to reach up for with your same hand for your same foot. So maybe you're grabbing the inside sole of the foot, or the outside sole of the foot, or the heel, right? If you can't reach your foot, grab your ankle, your shin, your knee. Wherever you make that connection, it's fine. But once you've made it, roll forward just a little bit so you feel that sacrum, the low part of your back, press into the mat. Then from there, you're going to rock from side to side. Just give yourself a little spinal massage. Should feel good. If it doesn't feel good doing the rock, then don't rock. You can stay still. Right? The important thing is to get that sacrum to press into the mat. Right, now, wherever you are here, take your knees, hug them back into your chest. And we're going to take one final twist here. So you let your arms go out long, like wings in that T position. And then as you exhale, drop your knees to the right, take your chin and your gaze to the left. Maybe you're going to take your right hand and press those knees closer to the earth. If that feels good, maybe you're going to extend your legs toward your right fingertips. If that feels good, maybe you're just going to stay where you are. The important thing here is to keep that left shoulder anchored. That's what's giving you the twist. On your next inhale, pull your knees back up to center. Now as we exhale, we're going to let our knees go to the left. We're going to take our chin and our gaze to the right. And then here, maybe you take that right hand, and then the left hand to press those knees closer to the mat, or maybe extend the legs towards the left fingertips. Maybe just stay where you are. Keep that right shoulder anchored. We always finish off with these twists just to steal off our practice. We want to let our bodies remember what they did today. So next time we come practice yoga, everything's a little easier. We go everywhere a little bit deeper. All right, so on your next inhale, pull those knees back to center. Give them one final hug into your chest, and then let's set up for that final delicious pose, that Shavasana. Let your legs extend long. Take your hands to your sides, palms face down. Right, this is your traditional Shavasana, flat on your back. Now, if this isn't comfortable to you, then don't stay here. Right, maybe you bend your knees, let them fall in against each other. That takes pressure off the low back. If you come back to that butterfly, right, maybe you roll to your side. Just find somewhere to be where it's perfectly comfortable to you, where you're going to be able to stay perfectly still, where your mind is going to be able to go perfectly quiet. I'm going to sit up so I can keep talking to you. You guys are in your Shavasana position. Maybe that is sitting up for you. That's okay too. Right? Wherever you are, I want you to be somewhere where you're going to be able to stay perfectly still. Let your mind go perfectly quiet. If it's a struggle to find that quiet of the mind, remember your breath can take you there. Don't control your breath anymore. Let your breath go. But keep your complete focus on your breath, even as you release that control. Keep noticing your breath. Keep observing your breath. When you can master that, keeping that complete focus on the breath, even as you've released all control of the breath, then your breath can take you right to a place where there's nothing left in your mind but you and your breath. And when you get there, that's always your true quiet of the mind. Slowly start to come back into the room. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, feeling that increased sensation that comes with a quiet mind. If you want to here, take your arms overhead, do a nice full, deep body stretch. Then from there, just roll over onto your right side in a fetal position. Take a couple breaths right there just to reacclimate to your space. Let the sights and the sounds of the room come back to you. As long as you need right there. Then when you're ready, only when you're ready, you're going to push yourself up to seated, and we'll close here. All right, so let's close with our 2 Mari breaths and then an Om. Mari breath, we inhale as we exhale, make that little humming sound in the back of the throat. The Om is the universal syllable. It uses all parts of the throat. You can join me in these breaths, or you can just listen. But let's close our eyes here. We'll inhale together. Inhaling again. And then we're going to inhale one final time and Om. Let your eyes drift open. Bring your hands to heart center. Thank you, all of you, for sharing your energy, your practice with me this evening. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste. All right, so I'll be back on Thursday morning this week. I'll be here at 10:30 on Thursday morning to do some flow. And then I'll be here on Sunday again, right? It says it's yin, so we're going to do a little yin, a little gentle, a little flow, but a lot of yin. So join me for that too, and I hope that I will see you guys all very soon. All right, have a great Monday night.